lot on his game. But unfortunately, he's got to beat the Rocket, and it's difficult.
Well, how well will Ali start? How will the Rocket respond? It's time to find out. It's the Battle of Essex. It's Chelmsford versus Chigwell. This is the big one, so let's hand to Rob the Talker Walker.
Please welcome a player making his 4th appearance in a Triple Crown final. This, without doubt, is one of the biggest matches of his life. Reigning German Masters champion, a man of pure tenacity on and off the table. He's the captain, Ali Carter. Opponent, the greatest of all time, history maker, record breaker, bidding for an unprecedented 8th Masters crown. Blink and you'll miss him, the Rocket, Ronnie O'Sullivan.
So will it be Ronnie's 8th or will it be Ali's first? It's the best of 19 frames over 2 captivating sessions. It's time to get the action underway as we hand to our commentary team for the first time in today's final of Dominic Dale and Phil Studd.
What an occasion. It's a Masters final to savour, and the only way is Essex. Can Ali Carter elevate his career to new heights with a first Triple Crown title? Or can Ronnie O'Sullivan extend his own record and make yet more history with an 8th Masters crown? We're about to find out. The crowd are expectant. 19 frames. 10 the target for the title and the Paul Hunter Trophy. Absolutely packed, as it has been from ball 1 here at Alexandra Palace. Tickets on sale this morning for next year's Masters, and you can be sure they'll be snapped up very quickly. Ronnie will not be hurried.
Yeah. Cheers. Thank you.
Carter looks in the zone. Here we go. Perhaps that fist bump not exuding warmth, but frankly, who cares? It's all about who does the business on the table.
And there's that break-off again. I mean, he always says the break-off doesn't work. Whether he's changed something, the red's gone back into the bunch again. Happened on the previous time. So he tightened up the break-off shot, and a lot of players seem unable to do that these days. Pretty big target to hit, and he managed to do so. Now, that's a mistake, but the bunch, I mean, they're so tightly bunched there. Red angle on the colour. None of it's easy. Can't reach it either.
It's another attacking defensive shot, getting the Reds into play. Been a feature of this match, really. Every frame seems to have been open and flowing. The last one took some winning, yes, but overall they've both been really going for it. Yeah, it's another wonderful pot.
Yeah, and he's making that cue ball really slow down, and the spin is still on there. The timing on those long pots from O'Sullivan, especially today, have been quite something. Maximum result for minimum sort of speed and pace.
Eight.
I think the red slides through the middle of the others. That plant is not on, so it's not an option right now.
9.
As you can see, the black clearly is available.
Well, he's not been in front since he won the first frame of the day.
16. $17.
Purposely played on that
24.
top red. It's only just got enough room to pot it. Onto the black again.
25.
The two reds on the right are going to be a bit of a headache, I think, in this break. I can't see him moving them at any time soon.
$32. $33.
Down the left of the table, there's a couple of options there. He looked along the line, and that's seemingly perfectly played. I mean, you couldn't have put it better
37.
with your hand. Look at that. He can run through on the black. Absolutely position A.
38.
Less pleased with that one, though.
$45. RonnieO'Sullivan, 45.
Well, that's the first one. He has put in a quick one. I'm not sure what it was. It was a bit of a jab or something that was not part of the O'Sullivan machine. Didn't hit it well. He knew straight away.
Well, they're all big moments, aren't they, from here on in? But this feels like one. O'Sullivan, as I say, was looking to go in front for the first time since he won the first frame. It's faltered. It's up to Carter now to step in. He played that aggressive safety to open them. That could have been his last shot, but this is a chance.
Yeah, it is. The reds are awkward. Those three sets of two reds all sort of right next to each other and not potable anywhere.
4. Thank you.
It's making things a bit of a ticklish problem. don't think they're a plant. I mean, we saw it a few times. I'd be surprised. Ronnie didn't have any interest in trying to make them into a plant. It's a little tricky, this table. Maybe you could move the two reds here. I think he tried to. I don't see what else he could have played.
11.
Sure, he tried to hit the left-hand red. He was a mile away from it. Whatever he did play, he didn't get right at all.
Ali Carter, 11.
It looks a bit of a venturous shot, didn't it? To pop the red and take the cue ball wide and then inside the line of the pink. Goodness, all those things. It all went wrong, everything.
One.
Well, there's still the issue, I guess, of those two reds, but this is another chance immediately for Carter, and suddenly that composure that we saw earlier from O'Sullivan has just slightly gone walkabout.
Yeah, you're right, but there are fewer problems with this visit than the previous.
Eight.
On his last shot, I mean, he knows he's still thinking about it. It was a bit like one or two of the shots we saw this afternoon where he just took slightly too much of a risk, even for him.
Yeah, it's almost like he's trying to make up for the previous visit when that went wrong. Sort of overcompensate almost.
Nine. Sixteen. Seventeen.
Well, the problem has not really been solved, has it? Those two reds, it's been like that since the very start of the frame.
24.
They've not moved. I didn't think they would, but they're going to be moved soon. And Carter would love to bring them into play. He's tried once and he got nowhere near.
$25.
And the other red is tied up as well. Out on his own. Doesn't go to either left or right corner. Oh, this is straight. He's got to power this in. Well, it's a great effort. It's a brilliant effort. So unfortunate. And especially given that the left red doesn't go past the pink. It was a great shot. Unrewarded.
Well, as ever, we're just talking fractions there between getting on it and not. It's the latter, I'm afraid, for Carter.
It's a swerve, bordering on a masse, I think, round that first red. There's not many sort of valid options here. He's back to this shot. This is not nice if you're trying to pop this. You've got to really get the bite on the ball, get things moving. I don't think it's nice. Maybe in an exhibition you might try this. Wonder, could he consider the left-hand red up into the yellow pocket? It's the only thing I can think of he could conceivably play if it's a pot. Can't see another shot. Oh, what a shot. What a shot that is. Slightly annoyed that he's not in behind the pink perfectly. I mean, he's just forgot about, he's just ignored the consequences there because he's leaving the red, he's leaving the frame. And he took a long time on it. It was worth waiting for.
Yeah, tremendous guts. He's always leaving the red on to right corner, so he absolutely had to get it. Oh, but he's not got the pink. Too thin.
This is it, you see him. It's a brilliant red, but the cue ball just drifted a little bit too far. Bit surprised it never reached. Agonisingly, that cue ball has just gone far enough, I think. He was worried that he would snooker himself, but he hasn't. He does need a little bit more, up to and including the green from here.
Nine.
Which shouldn't be a problem, but you know, this is a very tense passage of play.
Yeah, it's certainly not all been plain sailing,
16.
but if he does pop these next two balls, he'll have won 5 of the last 6 frames.
18.
And he'll be ahead for the first time since he led 1-0. So, Ronnie O'Sullivan is 2 away. Next one is huge, isn't it? If he gets to 9, then Carter
36.
bang under it. He had his chance there, just couldn't quite. Well, he didn't get on the pink as he would have liked. He couldn't quite pot it. If he had done, surely that was his frame. But as it is, it's Ronnie O'Sullivan who hits the front at 8-7.
15th frame. Ali Carter to break.
So for only the second time today, Ali Carter trails 8-7. The crowd living every moment of this.
Yeah, I mean, no 50 break in the last 2 frames from either player, which, you know, there's been some good contributions, but that's just the way snooker goes. The closer to the winning line, sometimes the really big breaks can dry up and the drama cranks up. See all those centuries earlier on. I think it's almost a must-win frame now for Carter, isn't it? We had a couple of those that O'Sullivan was faced with, which he eventually did win. To go 2 down with 3 to play would be a tough ask, given he did lead 5-3, as we were saying. We need a big turnaround again. No, double kiss just avoided. He was worried about it.
Good pot, no reward.
Not much you can do with this, really. Even the roll up behind green, you know, the bunch is so tight, that's not going to do a lot. So he's not going to play the roll up for that reason, I'd say.
RonnieO'Sullivan 1.
Pressure's just starting to get to both of these two, it seems. That was not easy, but he was knocking those in earlier.
You can do it, Ronnie.
He hit that well. Not this one, I'm afraid, but O'Sullivan's shot, he got the cue ball to zip back. He really took the cue ball out of that little left corner of the table with that red in O'Sullivan. It will go. Again, it's typical of O'Sullivan. He gets that cue ball into a great area where we've got a choice of, well, in this case, about 4 or 5 reds.
Seven.
So the balance of power has definitely shifted towards him. And I was just thinking, you know, we've seen the blood, sweat and tears you need to win one of these titles. Ali Carter's put everything into this. At the moment, he's just struggling a bit. Ronnie O'Sullivan, he's won 7 Worlds, 8 UKs, and he's looking to win an 8th Masters. Incredible.
14.
Just the mental effort needed. Never mind the skill. The composure, the temperament needed. Remarkable.
$15. $22. 23.
Well, that was worth playing because of the reds that was below the bunch. They were always there for him. It was hard to think he wouldn't be on something, and they've all spread delightfully.
$31.
This is the point where he can really put this match not to bed, because clearly until he gets to 10 frames he won't have done that, but with a daylight between himself and Ali Carter, 5-3 down, he would have been thrilled to be in this position.
38.
With the chance to go 9-7 up. It's a big turnaround.
Well, he sort of chanced his arm this afternoon, didn't he? Wanted to see, I think, how Carter would respond. And he responded really well. He led 5-3. He won the first tonight, but O'Sullivan has been zoned in this evening, playing the way that you need to play to win these big tournaments. The mix of certainly attack, but also good safety as well. Pretty formidable. The competitive juice is really flowing. Maybe at times this week they haven't been, but then at times this week he wasn't really put under it. He has been today. He's had to produce it, and he is doing.
Now, as he pushed that red in front of the one he wants to play, he's looking closely at it. It's a tight one, isn't it? He might think that the other red is the option. It's very close. Looking from that angle, he might be lured into playing it in behind the pocket.
$47.
Well, once again, he's just finished in between about 3 reds. The one that's straightish into the left corner may be the one. This one, as a left-handed shot, might tempt him as well. Yeah, this is it. Black to the same pocket.
.48.
He's chiseling out another frame here without quite the same fluency that he showed earlier, but he's still potting the balls.
55.
Just great graft, isn't it, right now, as you say, chiseling it out. Getting
56.
the points on the board, moving closer to a 9-7 lead and closer to an 8th Masters title.
Yeah, I mean, whatever you can say about this week where he's been in and out, he's not enjoyed it. He's not said good things about the venue. He hasn't been seemingly quite as disciplined. But
62.
it's safe to say that on the balance of the play tonight, he's rolled his sleeves up, hasn't he, against an opponent in brilliant form.
Yeah, and credit to Carter for pushing him. Of course, it's not over yet.
67.
RonnieO'Sullivan, when the question was asked today, found the answers, or he has done up to now anyway.
68.
Well, there's the answer. He refused that red because he wasn't sure it went, but now he found out that it flew in. I don't think Carter will give up. It's not in his nature. Someone thinks he's already won, but there's another frame still to be collected. I think he'll raise the roof if he does win, I think.
74.
And we've seen here how much he wants to win. Make no mistake, if he had wanted to walk away from snooker, if he didn't like snooker, he could have done. At several times, he's still here. He's still here 30 years on,
81.
entertaining everybody. And more importantly than that,
82.
still winning. Just didn't quite get the red out. Could still pot it, maybe.
89.
Try and make a century. Not quite, but 89.
89 on the front.
Real hard work kind of break that. He rolled up his sleeves, got it done, and RonnieO'Sullivan is one away now from the title. He leads Ali Carter 9-7. Carter with it all to do. Well, the crowd enjoying themselves, but again, players need a bit of hush to concentrate. O'Sullivan looking for one more frame. Ali Carter trying to pile pressure on, make this closer.
It does take me back a little bit to the days at the Wembley Conference Centre when the likes of Jimmy White and especially Alex Higgins was playing. The crowd's more vocal then. There's been a few shouts tonight that have not been all that welcome, but as I say, in the past we've seen all sorts happening in this London Masters, wherever it's been played. I mean, when Alex Higgins beat Steve Davis at the Conference Centre, there was a crowd invasion. There was people out there all around the table when Higgins celebrated the win. It wasn't the final either. It was just one of the early rounds.
The cue ball has found its way back to bulk. Yeah, there's certain players in any sport, and snooker's no different. They just attract adoration. Of course, Jimmy White did, Alex Higgins, and RonnieO'Sullivan is in that lineage.
It's not hard to see why, is it? The thrilling nature of the way they go about their business, I think.
Absolutely. I think And a lot of people here will play snooker maybe socially, but you'd like to see people do something that you know you can't do. If you live to be 300, you couldn't play the way that those guys do.
Yeah, he played it with a trace of left,
of
centre striking, just to sort of take it around the angles as you do, but it reacted quite a lot, and as you saw, no contact was made. Carter probably has to attack a few here now from this position. Well, has O'Sullivan broken him? That's the question. You know, he's played brilliantly all week, and I think he's played really well today, but O'Sullivan might have just made a few cracks appear. This is a swerve like earlier. This time he gets it right. No colour. So no real damage done. He nominates green.
RonnieO'Sullivan 1.
I would be surprised if Carter had lost his fight or his edge, because he really has never been his style. You know, it's like only so much you can do at this game. Is there another rally in him? Has he got more? Right now, the answer may not be in the positive.
No, he's gone from making the running in the final to playing catch-up, and of course, the point of no return really has left an opener here in this bear pit atmosphere at the Alexandra Palace. Remember, 17-1 on the personal head-to-head to O'Sullivan coming in. And there's been some close matches in there, but he keeps on coming out the right side of it. He has his chance again here.
Three. Four.
Well, obviously the red by the black was the one he was honing in on. Black might pot anyway from where it is.
11.
I don't think he could have got any straighter than that, playing it left-handed with sort of holding drag. A hard shot to play with your correct hand. So now he can see the winning line somewhere, not
18.
right there yet, but it's looming. And he's played very well today, O'Sullivan, because he's been put under pressure. The kind of pressure he's almost been sort of baying other people to place him under, and I think Carter's done that. It's the best performance I've seen from O'Sullivan for a while. He played great in the UK, but final. But overall, maybe today,
24.
been even better. Others might not agree, but seems to know
25.
the matches to really focus on. Gets better as the tournament goes on.
Well, building a useful lead here
32.
in this 17th frame. He's looked completely zoned in tonight.
33. $39. $40.
Now this time he just screws in and out of the bunch. Almost wanted to stun them a little
47.
more, which means he's lost the cue ball. But there's, I think, a red that goes to left middle. If it went in, it's a difficult shot. This is the shot again. He just screws out of them a little bit. I was going to say it might have been match ball.
RonnieO'Sullivan, 47.
Wasn't easy.
We'll settle down now, please.
Ali Carter hanging on here. 9-7 down, 44 behind. Oh, a couple of people were shouting, you've got it. Just stayed out. That could be his last shot.
Yeah, from that low angle, it looked good at the start, didn't it? But clearly, that
Please
part of the
quiet
pocket
down
is
now,
not the
thank
right
you.
one. Yeah, this shot. Surely, if this goes in, then O'Sullivan is almost there. Hard to think, realistically, that Carter would come back to the table with a live chance from this position. This is where we can close out this Masters.
Well, he's just an extraordinary character, isn't he, in our sport?
8.
Ronnie O'Sullivan can be divisive. You can love him, you can hate him, you can agree with him, you can disagree with him, you can support him or not support him. What you can't do is ignore him. Well, he's not won yet. Now that is a surprise. The stage was set there for the finale, and it's not over yet.
Wow. Can you believe that? He seemed a bit hesitant, didn't he? He looked at another shot.
Right. Can you keep your voice down, please? Thank you. Otherwise, you will have to go. Thank you.
Oh dear. Well, I'm afraid the challenge has petered out, and it's done so in the last couple of frames, because he's had a couple of chances this frame. That was the worst miss. The crowd might have got to him, but he's not really going to blame them. He's been beaten by the man on the table, not the people in the audience. They've been vocal, but they've had a great day, and most of them are seeing their hero win.
8.
Well, he didn't kill it off on the last visit, but now he needs this red.
9.
So, as at the UK Championship, he's come to another major tournament where he was already the youngest winner, and he's going to be the oldest. You just wonder where this story is going to end. 48 years of age, still right at the top of the game.
70.
And he's going to go to the World Championship in April with a chance to make it 8-8-8 for the 3 biggest titles in our sport. Quite extraordinary.
Well, it'll end one day, but that day is not anywhere near, clearly, that he can
24.
still pick up these huge events in snooker. Huge events
25.
against all the very best around in them. Well, he's still that man, isn't he? There's no argument there.
30. Settle down now, please. 31.
For an 8th time, Ronnie O'Sullivan is the master. Ali Carter put him under pressure. He led 6-3. Once again, the great man responded. Ronnie O'Sullivan, the champion at Alexandra Palace. 10 frames to 7.
Giving a cheque for £250,000, the Paul Hunter Trophy, and the title 2024 Mr. Q Masters Champion, Ronnie O'Sullivan.
Well, as he said, I'm a competitor, and he dug deep when he had to today.
Your champion, Ronnie O'Sullivan.
As he collects the Paul Hunter Trophy, the £250,000 first prize, and his crown for the 8th time Masters Champion. And all those players who say there's too much focus on Ronnie O'Sullivan, the answer's simple. You're going to have to beat him in these big tournaments. And we'll be at the Crucible in April. He has the chance to complete the Triple Crown in a single season. Who's going to stop him? Nobody did this week at Alexandra Palace. So Ronnie O'Sullivan then in 2024, once again for the 8th time, is the Masters champion.
Found a way tonight where I actually thought that Ali Carter was going to get this thing done, but he came out, he doubled down on pretty much every